Hi, this is Kat with Beadaholique, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to make the Tangerine Sunrise necklace. Now, this necklace is going to feature this really beautiful open frame component here, and we're going to be using some little gemstone beads here, and I have some head pins, we have our lobster clasp, I have a few jump rings here as well, and then we're going to be using this really nice thick Rolo chain as a lovely little design element. Now, as far as tools go, you are going to need a pair of flush cutters. You're going to need a pair of round nose pliers. And I also have two pairs of chain nose pliers here. I have my regular chain nose and my bent chain nose. But if you don't have a pair of bent chain nose pliers, you can use your round chain nose pliers to help you with those jump rings later. And I'll show you how to do that. All right, so if you have everything ready to go, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first thing is first, we are going to take one of our little head pins here, and we're going to string on one of our gemstone beads and just let that slide all the way down to the bottom. Come in with your round nose pliers and go ahead and pinch right above where the bead is. Now go ahead and bend that backwards so we get a little kink right there. And now what I like to do is I like to move that forward into my pliers just a little bit so it's further up, because this will determine the size of your loop. So about 1/4 of an inch up there. And then we're just going to wrap that around the top, and then go ahead and rotate your pliers and bring that wire across, and that's going to complete our simple wire loop there. Now go ahead and remove your round nose pliers and sneak in with your flush cutters and give that a nice little snip. All right, so I've done that for one, and I'm sure you guessed it, we're going to do it for the rest of ours here. So today I'm going to be using 9 gemstones, so I'm going to do it for the rest of the 8. And as soon as we're done with that, I'll be back to show you the next step. Okay, so we've completed all of our 9 simple wire loops. Now what we're going to do is we're going to attach them to our component here. So go ahead and take one of your components here and go ahead and just bend this wire back ever so slightly. We just want to create a little opening there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our component and we're going to add this right to that center line there. And if you kind of sneak around this side, you'll be able to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pliers in there. And sometimes you can just do this just with your fingers. So I'm just going to close that loop up. If you need to, you can use that extra pair of pliers. Now we're going to repeat that for all of our 9 pieces here. But what I want to show you is you can tell that the loop is on the front there and it's kind of coming to the back. So we want to make sure that all of our loops are faced the same way. So I'm just going to repeat that here one more time just to show you. There we go. So just open that up a little bit. You can kind of let that slide down, make sure we're going on the right side of it, and sneak your pliers in and go ahead and close that up. All right, so we're starting to see that they're going to kind of cluster, and kind of have a little bit of movement there. So I'm going to add the other 7, and then I'll show you what it looks like, and then we're going to finish off our chain. All right, so we've attached all 9 of our beads inside our component here, and I just want to show you that they can kind of really slide around and have a fun little effect as you wear them. Now you'll notice that I added 9 beads and they're a little tight in there, but I wanted to do that because I knew that they would kind of move around and I still wanted it to be full. But you can add less beads if you wanted. Let's say you only wanted to add a few, you can have them kind of float around. Or if you cluster them a little bit more, you can add many, many more beads. So it is entirely up to your design that you are looking for. But again, this is what it looks like with those 9 beads in there. So once you have that completed, we are going to add it to our chain necklace here and finish it up. So I have some beautiful Rolo chain here. And the first thing we need to do is match up those ends and find our center point, because we're just going to attach this using a jump ring right to the center there. So I just want to make sure I am getting right dead center. All right, beautiful. So I have my little loop here ready to go. So I'm going to come in with my jump ring, and here's where we're going to use our bent nose pliers. We're just going to give that a nice little gentle twist, slip it on to our chain here, and slip on our component. And just simply close that jump ring up. All right, so that is that portion. And here we are over here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to attach our lobster clasp, and I'm going to add an extra jump ring here to one side, but I do want to show you how to open jump rings using your round nose pliers and chain nose pliers if that is what you have, if you don't have some bent nose pliers. So instead of coming in like this with our bent nose pliers, we're going to come in with a little bit more of a 90-degree angle. So we're going to give it a nice little gentle twist that way. So go ahead and slip that on. And again, coming in and closing our jump ring. And then finally, we're going to move to this side here. Give that a nice little twist. Attach it to the end and attach our lobster clasp there. And go ahead and close that up. And we want to make sure we get a nice good closure. So you got to sneak your pliers in there. And this is where those bent chain nose pliers can really come in handy because they can kind of get out of the way for you, which is nice. There we go. All right. So that is it. We are all finished. Here is the finished piece here. This is the Tangerine Sunrise Necklace. And feel free to use your favorite gemstones, crystals, whatever your favorite bead is in there to create your own design. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can get all of these supplies and see even more tutorial videos by heading over to Beadaholique.com. And if you're new here to our YouTube channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button below to get all the latest from Beadaholique.